don't know if I'm feeling things, but yeah, it feels really smooth. Really smooth. I hope I don't have any Jello. So what's going on, guys? Chatty C RC here with you, and we're tuning out this Tokio XL 6-inch Primo 2450s running 5S. Switched out to 6045 bi-blade HQs. The master air screws were okay. I kept on changing a bunch of things though, and I didn't really seem to make any improvements to my tune at all. So I basically could get it to a point, and that was about it. Which is kind of the thing that I'm willing to accept here with these 6 and 7 inches, is that there just really is like that 95% that you get to, and that last 5% you really got to battle for. Current configuration, I was thinking about changing my loop time, because not doing crazy things. So it's like, how fast do you really need the gyro and the PID loop to update? But I left everything at 8K, 8K, still running dynamic filter and anti-gravity and all that stuff. Take a look at the PID tuning here. First, we'll look at the filters. I'm running PT1 and both of the notches off because everything, even the motors, are soft mounted. And then of course the Tokio has the butter mounts for the flight controller stack. For some reason my black box logs won't open. I haven't seen this issue since the configurator was doing some updates and it wouldn't open some of the release candidates. So I don't know what is going on because I did no updates to Betaflight. So I'm not sure. It's doing the logs, they just won't open in the logger. So I can't really see what's going on with my noise and everything. But it's flying good, so I'm leaving where it's at. Now the first video I'm going to show you is, these are the PIDs and everything that I am running right now. Couple things I've been playing with new is I am playing with the D set point weight and transition to get the smoother moods and movements that I want instead of rates and everything. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. TPA I'm kind of experimenting with because, we don't use, like, honestly, the top half of our throttle hardly at all running these 5S's. So I lowered my breakpoint all the way down to 1450 and just kept it kind of mild. So this is something that maybe I can play with, even though I don't seem to be getting vibrations at the top end. I'm getting them, kind of where everybody does. And they're just very slight now. You'll see in the video. I flew packs in the harshest sunlight at the beginning and the end of the day. And I'm pretty happy with everything, and I'll show you what's going on with that. The second video that I'm going to show you, I know it's just it's a single or 3 or 4 digit number game right now at this point to try to get it where I want, or it could just be a prop thing, and this is as good as it's going to get. Which this is as nice as a tune as far as feel and performance and video quality that I have been able to achieve yet. So the second video, I tried rolling up the roll derivative to 34, so that's a 10% increase basically over here, and it looks like, at least in the evening, that it brought out a little bit more vibrations, which, if you think about how the quad is flying in forward flight, it's really hard to think about what axis it's actually getting, picking up these vibrations on. Is it more of a roll? Is it more of a pitch or a yaw? With racing, it's pretty much all roll. That's really messing around with my eye gains a lot for racing, because, you want those kind of really, I like mine really stiff, so nothing moves at all. I mean, I'll run my eye gains on roll like kind of in like this, like 65 to like 75 range when I'm racing, and then of course I'll run these set points a lot different than this cruising freestyle type of thing. So I don't know. Pretty happy with the video. We'll go to that right now, but I just kind of wanted to give everybody a look at what my PIDs are. I think y'all D is at like 20, whatever yeah, it's at 20. For some reason, it was at 50. I have no idea why yesterday when I was flying. So one stupid number that I didn't look at in my goggle OSD that isn't visible here, even when you click on show all PIDs. I have no idea why, but it was at 50, and I think that was causing some big issues yesterday, which I would have seen if Black Box would have been working. So anyway, I lowered that back down to like 20. So that's gonna be it for this part. Let's get to the GoPro footage and take a look at that. All right, if you've seen my flight pattern once, you've seen it a million times, and you'll see it more, especially if you subscribe. Don't forget to like it, all that kind of good stuff. Help me out. So this is raw, unedited, out of the GoPro, shot in flat. Zoom is at 112% just to get the GoPro mount out. And I'm flying directly into the sun here right around the morning time. And, you know, no Jello. No oscillations, just some tiny minor vibrations that if you're watching on a small screen or non-HD or whatever, you're not going to see them anyway. Have been messing around with set points and stuff. Those, you know, 2 little slider bars that nobody at all plays around with. I think you guys should give those a shot. We're definitely going to be talking about those. Definitely going to be talking about 5S. High KV versus low KV. Today's Saturday, so I'm gonna do some more testing and some video and stuff. But yeah, everything just is super smooth and just loving life with this thing. So let's take a look at some of that evening footage coming up in the next clip that will have the roll D cranked up just a couple points, and you might be able to see it. I can definitely see the extra vibrations. The weather conditions were about the same, so I don't really know what else would have caused them. Here we are with that evening flight. About 4 o'clock Eastern time. My same little flight pattern. Everything looks really nice and smooth going through the trees there. But then when I start to do this little run here around this little trench, you can just really start to see just a little bit more of those micro vibrations there around the center of the frame. So that's really just something that maybe I'm just being too nitpicky about. Maybe it's easily fixable. I'm gonna play around with tuning a little bit, but sometimes you just want to fly, man, and I'm just glad that I have one that's flying good. Still want to work on this Chameleon. Try to continue that 6-inch tuning series that I have, because I think I owe a lot of this to the butter mounts built into the Tokio. That's for sure. I wish I could see what the noise level looked like. I'm gonna mess around with that today too and see if I can figure that out. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the flight. If you're stuck around this much, like and subscribe. Hook me up. Stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. See you guys later.